All right, we're out for a ride on the new Panigale V2s. It's mine. I've had it for a few months, but haven't been uploading stuff. And going for a burger, and I figured, why not try out this new camera instead of whatever sits in the helmet. So that's what we're doing. Mostly just testing out how that camera angle works. Having to do the whole thing with the speedo is a pain in the ass, which means no recording, no uploads, because I can't be bothered. Anyway, didn't used to really talk on this channel, but decided why not. So that's what we're doing. Panigale V2s. This thing's awesome. I traded in my Speed Triple RS 2023 model for this. So far, very, very happy. People mention that it's not got enough power, blah blah blah. I don't know. I rode the older one and my ass got really hot very quickly, and everyone I knew that had one either didn't ride it very long because it would burn their asses, or they would trade it in for something else. So whatever, I didn't really ride it much, so I can't say. All I can say is this thing is awesome. I'm really enjoying it. The suspension, I think, is, I don't know what it is. I haven't even touched it. Apparently it's set up for like an 80-90 kilo rider, and I'm just about 90-ish kgs. And it's just really nice. The Speed Triple, yes, a lot more power, and it was harsh. I mean, I had it set up for how I wanted to ride it. I mostly ride just mountain roads, alpine roads. I don't really ride in the city or anything. I just ride on the street, outside of cities. Yeah, because that's the most fun to me. I don't like intersections and cars. Anyway, so this is just sprung. I don't know how they managed to do it, but I took it on some of the bumpier B roads that I used to just absolutely dread on the Speed Triple, and even though this thing really handles well, it's still doing very well on the bumpy stuff. It just sucks it up. I don't know what it is. I thought, hey, I'm gonna need electronic suspension to make that happen, but no, that doesn't seem to be the case. Speaking of electronic suspension, I've got a KTM 1290 Super Adventure S that has electronic suspension. Cool bike, but yeah man, those long legs just isn't for me. I really wanted to like adventure bikes, but it's just not for me. So this thing, Panigale, so much fun. Like 1 to 2 hour rides. Yes, you can still feel it in your wrists a little bit, even when riding properly, engaging your core, blah blah blah, hanging off. But it's just so much fun, man. It just handles like it's on rails. Exhaust note, I think, is pretty good. It's probably the intake that I like, to be honest, but it's not. I usually swap an exhaust as soon as I get a bike, and I haven't done that on this thing as of yet. Now there's another reason for that. If you get the Terminioni full exhaust system, it comes with the Ducati tune, which is, you know, obviously nice. However, Ducati in their wisdom decided that if you get a race tune, you don't need your cruise control, which that's a bit annoying, because I paid 50,000 Japanese yen to have cruise control on my bike because I want to use it, not because I don't want to use it. Speaking of cruise control, it doesn't actually work, right, which is hilarious because I paid for it. told the Ducati dealer, and they're nice about it. So basically, the switch gear down there with the cruise control activation button thingy, there's something wrong with the switch gear, right? So they need to swap that out, because I mean I can turn it on and it turns off again, or on, and or I try to then activate it. It's not working. It hasn't worked at all since I bought it. I think the first ride on the freeway it worked once, and that's it. So that's pretty average. Shit house, Ducati, fix that. So, well, whatever. I still love the bike. I think it's awesome. I think it's super annoying to have to deal with an issue like that. So I'm waiting on Ducati to get me some new switch gear and fix it. There's another thing with the warning light that comes out. So I've got a Peak Design phone mount that's hooked up to the wiring. For some reason, that thing just goes power on and off to that connection. There's a charger inside the mount. Again, like something with the electronics just isn't quite right. It doesn't affect riding performance at all. It doesn't affect traction control or the modes or anything like that. If I put the speedometer in race mode, you can't turn it back to normal, like street or whatever the fuck this one is. That's a bit weird. So yeah, like electronics, it's a bit funky, but I just leave it in sport. You can tweak all the settings you like, traction control, ABS, etc, etc. That works perfectly fine. Haven't had any issues, but something isn't quite right. And I mean, I still like the bike despite of that. So this road, I ride this road a lot. It's a new cafe, truffle bakery, these kinds, like seriously. So one of these fancy ones from Tokyo, and everyone has to get here and stand in line. So this road used to be nice and quiet, and now it's full of cunts going to the bakery all the time. If you don't like rude language, don't watch. Yeah, that's annoying, but oh well. Generally though, if you're watching from not in Japan, the roads in Japan are fucking awesome. This is a great place to ride. If you ride on the road, right? Because like adventure riding, good luck finding anything that isn't paved. Everything is paved in Japan, which is pretty awesome. And most of the roads are paved, and they're also well maintained. Like this road that we are on now, which leads up to what used to be a toll road. It isn't anymore. It's very nice, and it's at about 1,300 meter elevation. I don't know what that is in feet. Ask Google if you want to know. Quite high up. It's nice. Heaps of roads like that around here. Yeah. Intersection. Wow. There aren't that many around here. Really nice. I ride it a lot. Bike as well. Not that hot anymore. It's really nice. Japan has just been so hot, but now it's 12:30 and I'm not dying in the sun, which is nice. I mean, it's still warm, 27 Celsius outside, but it's 30 degrees. We live in the mountains. Summers, and they seem to be getting climate change. I don't know what it is, but it's warm. Anyway, thank you. Yeah, man, this bike is just puts a smile on your face. It handles so well. The brakes are phenomenal. I don't know what to say. All the fancy reviewers, they already said it. I can only mirror what they said. I bought this bike without having even ridden it. I did consider the Yamaha R9. Now, if you live in Japan, you're just fucked when it comes to Japanese motorcycles, man. You may think you're not, but basically all the cool shit is sold abroad, and then maybe if we're lucky, we get it in Japan. Same with mountain bikes, same with fucking everything. It's annoying, but whatever. So I couldn't test ride an R9. I couldn't really even go look at one, and I can't order one either because they're just, you can't get your hands on them here. So hallelujah. Also, I probably think, and this is just my biased opinion, that it doesn't really compete in the looks and finish department. Ducati just looks really nice, I think, particularly around the rear swing arm. The rear swing arm, it's there's one front swing arm, not on this one. Anyway, it just looks sharp and nice and sort of clean and aesthetic, whereas I had an MT7 Yamaha, like all Yamahas, they just look shithouse, I think, in the swinging arm department. It's just, they just look fucking shit. So anyway, Ducati better. The other thing is, if you ride in Japan, there's things you can do and things you can't do for legal reasons. And let's say your bike, for whatever reason, becomes a bit noisy. Typically, the local, so all the Japanese, the kokusang, which is Japanese for the domestic motorcycles, the dealer network, they're all just gays, like fuck, pardon my French, whatever. They're so annoying to deal with. It's all the rules, you can't do this, you can't do that. Whereas foreign brands, I have a Ducati, I have a KTM, I have a Triumph, they're all super nice and accommodating. They will work on your bike even if it's a little bit louder than it's supposed to be. Things like that. Someone flashed the light. I wonder if there's like a cop sitting down here somewhere. Who knows? Or maybe they didn't like my driving light. Anyway, back to the choice of bike. Yeah, so Yamaha is kind of out. Like I bought the MT-07, that was my first bike in Japan, at a dealer, and they were pretty much like, you can't do anything to it and we'll void your warranty, and we won't service it, we won't do this, we won't do that. It was just a dreadful experience, really. And that I'm fluent in Japanese, I speak the lingo, I know the culture. It's not that I'm just a stupid foreigner who they don't want to talk to. It just is what it is, right? So if you're okay with just buying a stock bike and not doing anything to it, well, then you're in luck, right? Because all the dealers will love you. If, like me, you like to make the bike your own, then don't buy a new Japanese brand, or buy a used one, right? And find a shop that can work with you. The used bike shops are usually a lot better. Except for Red Baron, I'm not a fan either. So speaking of Red Baron, I thought of the Aprilia RS 660 instead of this. Basically, I wanted a sort of middleweight, lightweight sports bike that I could have fun on roads like these. Yeah, oops! Someone just rode into the into the guardrails there. I guess that's why the dude flashed me just before. Back to the RS 660. A mate had one. He let me ride it. I thought it rode really nice. The switch gear was not very nice. It's the same on the RS V4. I don't know why Aprilia does that, but whatever. The bike was quite nice. So I thought, hey, maybe, you know, get one of those, swap the suspension out for something decent, i.e. Öhlins or whatever. Now there are Aprilia dealers in Japan, but there's not that many close to where I live. There's one, but he didn't really want to give me a good deal on it. So Red Baron, they're actually certified reseller. They're not a dealer because they can't actually do the whole computer check thing, I think, but they can sell Aprilia, and they have a few new ones. And I went and talked to them and said, hey, I would like to buy one of those possibly, but I may my bike may turn noisy from time to time. Same deal as the domestic Japanese stores. Oh, sorry, we can't help you, blah blah blah. Like the usual rule bullshit that you have to deal with, right? So that was an instant turn off for me. And then, yeah, well, Ducati, super nice, accommodating. They'll help you out. Quality bike, etc. Even with the issues I'm having with the cruise control, the dealer and the guy there, shout out if you're watching. Super nice, great service, always friendly, no BS. Yeah, so that's, I think, I know it is, that's how I ended up with the Panigale as my sports bike, and it's phenomenal. It's fucking awesome. I just love riding this thing. Like we're doing here, we're chatting away, just cruising, just chilling, nothing crazy. On these amazing Japanese roads. It's yeah, winning. It's Friday. About to go and have a burger. Went for a road ride on my bicycle this morning on the same exact road. Actually, it takes a little bit longer on the road bike, but I still enjoy everything on two wheels. I've been out of the whole riding my bicycle game for a while, and a new friend of mine is a roadie, and he's like, hey, you should get back into it. And this mate had a nice carbon bling bling bike sitting that he wasn't using, and he needed money, so yeah, I bought that off him, and I've been riding it, and I love it. I think the crossover between riding a cycle, like a road bike or a mountain bike, and motorcycling is quite big. I've raced mountain bikes downhill cross country for many years, and I didn't really get back into motorcycling until in my 40s. The wife told me not to ride my road bike in Lycra with no protection because it was dangerous, and to go get a motorcycle license and ride motorbikes instead. So in a motorbike I can wear a helmet, I can wear the boots, I'm an all the gear all the time guy. I've got a airbag on at all times as well. Japanese brand called Hit Air, and they're tether release, but they're not very expensive, and putting them on kind of works. And the model I'm wearing here is a race version, so the gas bombe, whatever the fuck that thing is called, the little gas canister, sits on the back, so when you're leaning, hanging off the side of the bike, it doesn't actually get in the way. Whereas on my other bikes I use more like a vest setup where the gas canister is up front. Works fine on more sort of upright bikes, but it doesn't work that well on sports bikes, because when you're down on the tank you're just smashing that gas canister. Yeah, man, this place is beautiful. I love living here. I mean, I know we all bitch and moan about, you know, some of the things in Japan, and it's true, but it's a nice place to live. It's not a nice place to work if you have to slave away in an office, but if, you know, you're lucky enough to work for yourself, which I do, or, you know, have overseas clients and you can work remotely, whatever, it's an amazing place to be. I would not recommend anyone come here for a 9 to 5, because yeah, been there, done that, that sucks. But if you can create a lifestyle where you can work for yourself or work from home, not have to deal with too much of the Japanese office politics, it's nice. Again, like, I lived in Tokyo for many years. I don't miss it. I go in once in a while to see clients. But we chose to live in the mountains because of this. So I can go ride my motorbike, I can ride my road bike, I can take my mountain bike, I can do that. And it's a much more chill environment for the family as well. Yeah, highly recommend it. Red light. We almost had the burger joint. I don't know how long this ride has been. I think the camera just like short top max, so it's gonna stop at some stage. In helmet view thing works out. But yeah, back to the Panigale. I mean, you can wind the handle up and it's not gonna kill you, right? Like the speed triple, well, it's not gonna kill you either, but there's more 10mm throttle control involved than there is on this thing. You can open it up out of a corner and it just feels really good. Kind of like riding my Scrambler. That thing, you can ride it really hard, which, I mean, I do like a powerful motorcycle. The KTM LC8 is amazing and I enjoy that as well, but being able to just pull the handle and not doing 180 is nice. You know, this thing is to throw around the hills, have fun, get in the corners, open up the handle and have a laugh. So it works really well for that. Speaking of the LC8 engine, so that Super Adventure S that I've got, I can't get along with that thing. I love the engine, but fuck me, it's like, I've got the preload at 100, I've got it set up very stiff, and it's like, it's fast alright, but it just doesn't handle the way I want it to handle. There's not enough feedback. The Triumph Scrambler 1200 is very different. It feels like a big ass monster moto. You can throw it around in the corners, it's super fun. I was hoping that the Super Adventure S would be like that, but it's not. So that thing is going to get traded in for a Super Duke R Evo. Working on finding one of those at the moment. Again, like, I think it's okay to have more than one bike in the garage, and I'm fortunate enough to do that if I want to. And yeah, monster, powerful, torquey bikes definitely have a place, and I love it, and that's why I want this Super Duke R. That's not what the Panigale is. Super bike with 180, 200 plus horsepower. That's not what it is, and that's not what it's for. So I enjoy it for this. Like, this thing, pickup is nice. It's just a beautiful bike. Yeah, handles really, really well. Yeah, no. Yeah, the pull is so much fun. I'm not gonna rip your arms off, but it's awesome. I love it. And it's red. I think actually if it came out in white or matte black, I would prefer that, but whatever. We're almost at the burger joint. Oh, this bike is awesome. And even the shitty bumps, just like there, it doesn't try and break your back or fuck your wrists. It's just nice. So like this stuff, you hardly feel it. I don't know how they sprung this bike. Absolutely amazing. What's this guy doing? Hello. Oh, I can smell the burgers. Burger joint is just in here. The burger joint. Yeah, that's it. End of ride, I think. Time to eat some meat, cheese, and bacon. Yeah.